kind of miss Ice Storm. Shoutouts to Ice Storm. Glaciate, in a nutshell, is not a very effective spell in terms of the skill investment. It's also not really fitting into the ideas we've had for reforming the spell schools. Check out the changelog if you haven't already to sort of see what we've done with the spells in this version. We've sort of made the schools much more distinctive and have their own theme. So Glaciate was a not very good AoE damage spell, much less good than, say, Firestorm. Obviously it had certain use cases where it was better, but those cases weren't very important. And it's also just another big AoE damage spell. And we want the spell schools to have their distinctiveness, and we also want the highest level spells to also be distinctive and not just, okay, well, it's a big AoE, but it's got a different shape. Cone Targeter looks kind of cool, but it doesn't really work in a grid-based game as, like, in terms of, I mean, it works. It's a way you can target monsters. It just doesn't really produce any interesting gameplay. The fact that it's like shaped like a cone. To blow up like you can in Zelda. It's a time trial. It's just you don't immediately see it. Like dashes into walls in Zelda 3. Every room is an opportunity to blow 3 to 5 seconds. Yeah. Well, I'll take that from Iggy. Both Iggy and Yogi are much better Link to the Past players. I did put some hours into getting better at that game. I never really entered any competition. I was just playing it for a while. But I hadn't quite mastered a lot of stuff. I'm sure they'll return to that game at some point. Like there's is it called Key Sanity? Key Randomizer? Yeah, every game is like that. Yeah. Yeah, I get the sense that with the randomizer thrown in, that could be the case a little bit. Not that I disliked A Link to the Past randomizer. It was very cool, but yeah, Key Sanity is what they call it in the tournaments. Tomb theme Sig 4. Well, it will kill those mummies. You just have to be able to eat some death curses. I mean, you're going to have to kill them and eat death curses anyway. The thing is, if you get torment resistance, the only really thing you have to worry about with the death curses that will add up is the stat loss. And thankfully, that's all based on XP now. It's not based on resting, so you can just kill more stuff to kind of restore some of it. So Shatter is still very effective. If you're in Necromutation, or if you're resisting Torment, other means, even Statue Form can be enough, but you take so much Torment damage that even a Statue Form, it's going to pile up. Even Statue Form with like RN3. So Necromutation is really good for those levels. Made it all the way to dungeon, so oh, we got a Gamma Funk vault here. I recognize this vault. It is Gamma Funk the Bubble. A lot of 8 and 9 spawns. Maybe some good loot. We'll see. Oh, a book. Oh no, wolves. Ah, it's Grim. There's the Centaur Warrior. Maybe something nasty was waiting in there. So you got to be careful about these wolves. What's he got? Spear of Pain. Get wrecked, Grum. Yes. Oh, it's funny that you mentioned that. What happened here? Oh my God, Chatty, please. That's so weird, that pop-up. What is it? I think it's in the Learn DB. It might not, but yeah, look in the changelog. There is E-Bearing. In a shout out to Aringna, made a new spell in the Venom magic school. It's a pretty cool one spell. It's called Noxious Bog, and it creates these bogs that, as you walk behind, that get left as you walk behind, that acts like let us in terms of like attacking, but also does venom bolt like poisoning to monsters, and you can even ignite poison them to put flame clouds over them. Okay, fighting armor. So it's not a, it is in a way a surprising bouquet. Just not the kind of surprising bouquet you want to see. Unless you're like a bog mummy, perhaps. What are we training? Not armor. We have a... Actually, yeah, we need to go... Where's that buckler? Carrying it. Okay. We'll train shields. Firestorm, Lich Form, not harder. No, not really. If anything, I think very slightly easier to cast due to changes that Can of Worms made for the spell casting. Ooh, look at this. We got debilitations. Yeah, I mean, you don't really use that combo unless you're going to extended. Necromutation is just a really, really bad spell that happens to have some relevance in Ziggs. Even in extended, it's not that great of a spell. It's just a very convenient spell. Oh, this jelly! Don't step in it again, jelly. Frickin' jelly. I will pass on Violent Unraveling. So I didn't see what else this vault has in it. Basilisk. Okay, we got the Orc Priest. Cooperated very nicely. Wow! I just got a second +5 Ring of Slaying. And I have a +6 Reflection Amulet. Holy crap. Once again, dev tools coming through. This gear is insane. .13. Yeah. It's certainly a convenient way to go through extended. Just go into Necromutation, Firestorm, everything. Don't ever even think about big red dev button. Seriously. Yogi, I got the +6 EV ring with invisibility evocation and a +5 Ring of Slaying. One from a shop, the other I found. Or no, yeah, one from a shop, the other I found. I also got randomly for cheap from the shop Wizardry. Now I just found +5 Slaying again and +6 Reflection Amulet. Oops. Oof. That's where the Basilisk came in. Elephant's dead. Where are we going next? I guess we'll... Well, for spell power... yeah, for Hailstorm, we haven't actually memorized that yet. We're going to do that next. We can go ahead and get some more ice magic. We'll go for 10. Good layer entry. Wand of Digging, there we go. So what do we have in here? Unknown Staff and a Death Knight. That's a nasty little vault. Oh, this vault. Uh-oh. Dream Sheep. Ozos, get a little bit more AC. Wow, just like that, we've already got ice up to 10. Go ahead and go up to 12. After that, we'll do some more fighting. Oh no! Oh, that guy, that Hydra lasted a long time. I forgot that this one was the one with the Hydra. Yeah, this also has an axe here that will be flaming. Hint, hint. Oof. Yeah, that's why you don't want to underestimate those guys. They have Stone Arrow, which hurts quite a lot. Yep, it's definitely a good spell. Partly visited. Well, there's some stuff here. That rune staff, but we can wait on that and come back to this vault later because it's got some kind of murderous stuff in there. Centaur Warrior, Death Knight, looks like a gargoyle, some kind of wasp. I think that was just a killer bee. We'll go down and do D9. We got Bailey. Let's drop this stuff that we're never going to use. Donovan Bailey. Justin Bailey. God, we have our flight potions locked on. Oh, this one. Oh boy. Bad for frozen ramparts. Ice Blast, and that can kill a bunch of these guys, but it's going to get a lot harder when the Orc Knights come into play. Because I don't really have a choke. Oh, I guess I do have that. That is compelling. Nope, I didn't want that. So I'm telling my guys to come back here so that they stay here and stay blocking the choke point. And you can see they will listen to me. Now the problem is going to come when we get down to the really top tier stuff. Yeah, the Orc Knight. But we can, once again, lure them back. And then this guy, he's poking me. Oh, did we get him? Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the problem is that, you know, I have to have a way to kill all of the warriors anyway. And you can't really solo them necessarily, but the choke point was pretty helpful. The choke point means that I can just, you know, I can lure back to ramparts, and you can see I was using the ice beast to sort of set up a blockade. Didn't really keep the knight at bay too well, but he looks like he took enough damage. He might not be dead though. Let's get some fighting. We're gonna go up to 10. He did die. So we might have this finished. And there should be a scroll of acquirement in here. Rampart dancing. Yeah, they're the other warriors. Ah, there's another Orc Knight. So now we do have a bit of a problem here. Do I have a magic potion? I do. Very nice. Get him, boys. There we go. May not be all of the monsters, though. Damn it. Why did I open my mouth? Crystal plate. Well, Orc Warrior's down. Orc Knight is working on it. Now he's got me in his sights. Can I para him? Looks like he got... Not getting a lot of love. There we go. Nice CPA. Yeah, that I didn't have full. I had to see. I lucked out here in that the orc onslaught. That's the concern is that if you get that entire room coming after you, you kind of got no hope. Like, I have magic pots. I might have been able to sustain that choke point, maybe, but possibly. Well, yeah. The problem is you have to recast ramparts eventually, but it's tough. I was lucky in that they broke up. The kind of the squad broke up a lot, but it's like 3 knights and like 6 warriors. It's no joke. It's not like you can typically I can't complete this, but things did work out in the end. Good Bailey. Oh my god, are you kidding me? I have 12 scrolls of enchant weapon. I was like, that stack is one of the common consumables. Read summoning off the floor, yeah. The problem is that the acquire scroll, they could have it, but yeah, you can try to juke past them potentially. I mean, if you can actually get to the acquire scroll, it's worth it. The problem is you don't know if it's there, and you don't know it's not ID'd, so it's like one of them could be carrying it very easily. I mean, you can just go back through the previous exit. You don't have to risk it. I had already gotten some good stuff out of it, so it's not like I had to go. Honestly, like is it even worth having a blink scroll? Because I don't have blink identified right now, and I would rather have a blink scroll than I would wasting it on just getting some extra Bailey loot. Blink scroll, too good. General store. Go ahead and buy teleportation. Another nice reflection amulet. The minimum enchant for a weapon, I don't actually know. It can go certainly quite low, but I actually don't know the minimum. Obviously, you don't really see randomly generated items that are worse than like -3 that are mundane, but for randarts, it definitely can get like even more negative. Multiple poison drops. Oh, yeah, poison levels. Oh, why didn't I go down for that? Could clear, go ahead and clear D10. That's why you want to read ID skulls on new levels, potentially. Oh, I gotta remember, I also have Invis. Totally forgot. I haven't even been using it. I don't think I've successfully used Rage once either. I can use both for sure. Poison Dart, huh? Oof. Oh, for April 1st. We haven't done an April 1st in a long time. The last April 1st we actually did was Nostalgia, which probably none of you remember. But I did because I helped worked on that some. That was fun. These days they have like forks that are kind of like way more nostalgia in terms of like wacky stuff like Below Crawl 2 and stuff. So I'm not sure that something like that would be as memorable. Could do something totally different that forks haven't done, but it looks like we're freezing a lot of orcs to death. Here's our ice 12, our fighting 10. Go ahead and get some more spell casting. Say 8. Search and replace. Yep. That's about the level of stuff that we've done recently in terms of like holiday themed stuff. Replace the North Pole with, or I'm sorry, replace Cocytus with the North Pole. Jesters were pretty memorable. Jesters were a zealot that started with worshipping Nemelex and with Zom Wrath. And thanks to the way they were implemented, you were able to win a demigod while worshipping a god. As that query may eventually show. Two-headed ogre, no joke. Probably can take him down with Ice Beast and Ramparts, no problem. Which reminds me, I need to memorize Hailstorm. Yeah, someday we should, some year we should do another good April Fool's joke, because it would be fun to do that, but I guess we'd have to come up with something that felt like distinct from the various joke like forks that are already out there. Another two-headed ogre. Goes down like a champ. Didn't really make sense, but don't worry about it. Oh, there's Nergal. She's kind of a pain. And she's dead. I have draining with the two-headed ogre. Kind of concerning because I can't cast spells. I can't do a whole lot versus that particular monster. Wow. Not successfully casting Summon Ice Beast, was I? Oh, what do we have here? Oh, I know what this is. Or do I? Yes, I do. It's Gamafunk Pluma 2 Potion Laboratory. Fortunately, 5 ugly things. A little bit difficult to take on for me right now. It's a 2-part Ghost Vault. It has some nice stuff in it, including some nice potions, and then further in, where the ghost is, a lot of shapeshifters, maybe a Cacodemon. On D10, probably no Cacodemon, but definitely a lot of shapeshifters. 5 ugly things is quite bad. I can only summon 3 Ice Beasts. And yeah, Hailstorm doesn't really have a ton of spell power behind it right now. So I'm gonna have to let that one sit, but I will probably go into that vault eventually. Let's go back to that one vault. What's on here? Oh, it's still an un-ID'd potion. Pick up. Oh, a potion of heal wound. And whatever this is. Also forgot about water. I was never using that. Wow, this ground just sparkles, doesn't it? It doesn't do that in tiles, but as you can see in console, it's just sparkling. I think I like that. I guess since it is constantly changing, it's not confusing. But if you're going to do that in console, you need to also implement it in tiles.